cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90.
Good morning, CSF Nation. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. The weather has been the weather has definitely been perfect for the second week of April. Perfect to go out and spend some time at the beach, especially if you're in the coastlines. Have some excellent weather after the rain has basically come and gone last week. So we have plenty more, plenty less rain. So let me apologize there. We do have actually considerably less rain and plenty of, I would say, near perfect temperatures in this week's 7-day forecast sponsored by Griffin Whole Foods. Let's get right into it, shall we? To begin, let's start off with the coastline, especially if on Sunday and Monday there is a building of a swell that is going to be bringing up some higher tides, especially along the beaches near Ados Bay, Pacific City, and even Royale as well. So always just keep an eye out on the coastline. So that swell will be building up throughout the week. So definitely have some high tide, a little high tides of hazard if you decide to head out into the beaches throughout this week. Now, we do have some rain, but it's a very small amount of rain, as on Sunday night there will be a little swell of clouds bringing in some light showers further up north from Pacific City. But the kicker is that it will be from 12 a.m. It will actually be from midnight until 5 or 6 a.m. and it will just absolutely disappear by the morning commute on Monday morning, in fact. So it'll be a definitely blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. So the roads may be a little bit wet further up north on Monday morning, but nothing to worry about, as all that rain is completely gone by at least 8 a.m. on Monday. Now, what remains is the high pressure clouds that are still looming around the CSF Nation on Sunday and Monday, but that will break apart to mostly clear skies throughout the CSF Nation on Tuesday. Highs will be up in the upper 50s to lower 60s, with lows being in the lower 50s, and some areas to be the upper 40s throughout this week. The clouds will be returning on Thursday and Friday, so giving us 2 days of very solid, absolutely lovely sunshine as well. Perfect weather will be the order of the week for the 7-day forecast. And that cloud temperature, although a lot of the cooler temperatures come from the high pressure clouds, that will be starting to slowly move out of the CSF Nation by Saturday, as especially if you're further up north of Pacific City, sunny skies with highs of 62, low of 49. However, partly cloudy skies for the rest of the CSF Nation on when we get into the weekend. What you're looking at is very, very fair to very fine weather, and I hope you guys get a chance to go outside and absolutely enjoy it. That concludes this week's 7-day forecast, sponsored by Griffin Whole Foods. Fresh produce and low prices that make you roar. We thank you, Griffin Whole Foods, for sponsoring. I am Maddie Salatelli, producer and weather girl for Makini in the morning, and I wish all of you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And until next time, mwah. Now, Makini, it's your turn. Guys know what that means? It is time for Makini in the morning. Makini, have a wonderful show. Hope it was much better than it was last week. And I will definitely be tuning in. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Until then, ciao!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Walk you down. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini, 9 yards streaming and illustrator. Welcome you to Makini in the morning. A brand new week. We're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do something a little different this week. We're gonna have a show on Monday and Friday this week. See how that works out at the start of the week and at the end of the week. See how that works out for you guys. In the meantime, I can focus on making videos for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But we are here. Let us begin, shall we? All right, let's go ahead and share my screen. Where is my screen? Share my test screen. Share the system audio. There we go. There we go. All right, now the adjusters here. Set the music. Set the music. Very subtle music. There you go. Okay. Okay, so today, for 3 hours, we are going to nail the grayscale on our Princess Peach drawing. Very looking forward to this one. If you guys are looking forward to this one, let me know what you guys think so far. I think I got a good idea where my lighting source is. I think having a nice a nice dawn, like a morning sunshine or something like that. I think that'd be a good idea. I think that'd be an excellent idea. So, all right, colors abound, all that good stuff. But we're just gonna focus on the grays today. So, if you guys can do me a favor, you guys know what to do. There's my thing. Where my thing is, you guys know what to do. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, and make it jiggle as well. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. All right. Let's go ahead and get right into it now. Let's go ahead and say hi in the chat. First up, yes, Minecraft movie is sweeping the box office right now. And apparently there's some chicken jockery. There's some buffoonery going on here where some buffoonery going on here with police having to show up at a theater over some chicken jockey-ish going on there. That's very, very interesting. Very interesting on that one. Investors from Ubisoft are not happy about the 10-cent deal. Well, they're probably not. They probably shouldn't be more happy about the Guillermo family and their shenanigans going on right now, because Tencent's just gonna buy up more and more of Ubisoft over time. And this is what happens. This is what happens. They want the whole AAA studios count. They want to hold more AAA studio count accountable. And now Ubisoft is closing even more studios. Of course, we already know about Ubisoft Leamington closing its doors. Everybody being layoffs and everybody moving over to the Reflection Studio in the UK. Ubisoft spin-off Value IP, the 10th subsidiary, may leave existing shareholders with a worthless stock as the new entity becomes a separate company on its own shores. Yep. The company's lack of transparency regarding the Tencent deal is long-term plan is intentionally misleading customers, potentially making a desperate attempt to salvage assets. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good for Tencent. I'm not surprised. I am very not surprised here. Concerned investors are demanding extraordinary general meeting to vote on Tencent subsidiary deal, fearing a lack of significant benefits. And I don't think it's going to be beneficiary on both parties. And it really is Ubisoft trying to basically put a Band-Aid over everything at this point. So, and this one here, OnlyFans and TikTok. Yeah, no, go ahead. Y'all can go ahead with that. Y'all can go ahead with that. Y'all can definitely go ahead with that. Penny, good morning to you. The music is bumping in the background. Neo J, good morning. Kenyon, good to see you. Lucky Nico, good morning. Okay, that's it for the roll calls. That is it for the roll calls. It is time. It is time. I'm switching over on this side. Okay. All right. Clock is ticking. Clock's ready. We're gonna start with getting two flats going. I think we'll probably have to start this. Let's start. Let's do. We want to do a pseudo cell shading kind of style. We kind of over doing it that way. Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead. Let me go and turn on OBS real quick because I'm recording this as a time lapse. Okay, there we go. Okay, and clock's ticking. Let's begin. Will you vote this song right there? Will you vogue to this song at 10K subs? What are you talking about, Sean? Good morning to you. What's going up yesterday? First off, that is if I'll hit 10K subs. Play Dust 1 2. Get the F out, bro. No. One, that's a big if I hit 10K subs. And two, get the F out. Okay. Let's do a bass first. Because like I said, I did have an idea for so do a bass first. Well, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit let's see if we can get the bass shading for the oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's see if we get the bass shading for the face. Let's see if we can. Let's do the skin tone. I mean, what? I'm messing up my words right now. No, let's see if we can get the base skin tone for the face. Let's get the face done, and then let's get the face done, and let's get the face and let's get the skin tone and hair done in the first 25 minutes. Like I said, I'm thinking of like a morning sunrise. I'm thinking about a sunrise basically, or a sunset, depending on where the sun is placed in this picture. I'm thinking about a sunrise with deep shadows basically. So actually I could probably just split this up like this. And then we can go to the bike next. Oh no, sorry. And then we can go to you can do the hair. We can do let's see if we can knock out the hair clothing. And I was thinking of doing a simple cell shading. I guess more simplified cell shading if you look at it this way. I guess more simplified. I guess more a softer kind of cell shading for this one though. And let's slow this down. A more softer kind of cell shading. Let's do here. Here. Is my... Oh, it is on. I got my freaking notifications still on for comments. Sorry about that. That's probably my Streamlabs. It's probably my Streamlabs on that one. Here. Here. Okay, here. Let's do the... Here. Okay, so we got the skin. Let's do the hair. And I think essentially what I'm doing is filling the hair in. Filling it in as my base, basically. Filling it in is probably a much quicker process than... And then what I'm going to do is start here. Some more of this in. And then we'll save the bow for later. I'll save the bow for later. I just want to make sure every piece of hair is filled in. Okay, now. Okay, color list. You want to create, I think if I'm correct, the sunlight's probably going to be, let's do a softer, let's make it a little more softer. There we go. All right, you want that, like that. I can suspect that this shading may take the grayscale tone value may take 2 hours or so. May take 2 hours, if not a little bit less, maybe a little bit more though. Because we can save this. Because we can save this for we can save the really get really into the nitty-gritty with some of these details though. We can save that for when we get into the overpainting and everything, once we kind of lay our flats out and everything, once we recolor and such like that. So apologies if I'm not just want to keep a close eye. Okay, there we go. Okay, I see you guys now. Sorry about that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how it looks so far. Just saying adjusted people. CP, thank you. CP, thank you. Probably should do more Nintendo girls. So time go on. And I know I do have a cover I need to work on. And I do have a cover that I do need to work on and start talking with Mr. Bug. And I do need to you guys voted. You guys did voted a couple of weeks ago. So I owe you guys not only do I owe you guys a not safe for work drawing from February last month, February, but I also, you guys I asked if you guys would like to see me draw Kirsha, and you guys voted yes. So I was like, I owe you guys Kirsha drawing this month. So I got plenty of drawings I owe you guys this month, in other words. So we got the colors here. This one's going to be later. Like I said, I'm thinking of a morning sunrise or possibly sunset. But let's focus on getting the shading done. Let's focus on getting this right first. Here. Here. Let's do here. And one of the interesting things about Mario Kart 8 is I guess there are items that have you change costumes and stuff like that, and that's what I got. That's where I got this drawing idea for this drawing from. Well, actually, a couple of people were drawing Peach in that from that one clip in Mario Kart World. So I saw fan art of that already. So I was like, and I was kind of inspired by that. So I was like, oh, that could be a little fun. That could be really fun. That could be like a really fun image to do, you know. Really fun image to do. He says it's been days since the Marvel Rivals trailer, and Maki still hasn't drawn. Maki still hasn't drawn Emma Frost. I'm not touching Emma Frost. Man, you guys can have that unless you guys really want. Unless my channel members really want that. I'm sitting that out for now. That might change. Like I said, it might subject to change, but for now, I'm focusing on just getting Peach done before we move on to Emma. I'll probably do the black outfit as well. Difficulty good one to you. Okay, so we got that. Let's get the hair. Okay, now we can get focused on the clothing next. Be used to the here. And soft round it. Soft round it like this here. It's a good way to kind of get to the process. Like I said, and with me, rendering will always be like my favorite part of any drawing process. So, Jay, good morning. Here. Okay, now we can start on the clothing. So, next up, okay, let's do the bow next. There's some colors for the bow. Then we're going to do a light. And depending on how much sunlight seep in like this. And same thing on this side. If those things become annoying to you guys, let me know. I'll turn it off. I'm sorry about that. It's just it alerts me when people comment. It's my bad. That was on me. That's on me. Please turn it off. Okay. Okay. Let me stop. Hang on. Let me hit. Okay. Let me stop recording real quick. It's making me go insane. Okay. Okay. 1 second. All right. Let me. And I didn't even set my freaking timer. What the freak? Okay. Okay. Okay, let me turn off my timer. Let me turn off those alerts. Scene. Alert box says no. I just need to alert delay. Unlimited alert moderation delay. Let me just. I just want to turn it off. Collectibles. Where's my? I can just turn. Better than it was before. Yeah, it's because I have the music. Because what it's muffling. I realized that the background music really does muffle my mic, muffle the way I sound a bit. So that's why I'm trying to. Sorry, I want to turn off those alerts, turn off those sounds here. Where is it? Where is it? It's fine, but. Okay. Okay, enable notifications, but I just need to turn that off. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. See if that works. You got me troubleshooting live right now. Did that work? Streamlabs alert box. Okay. Okay, try it now. Okay, let's see. The alert box. Yeah, but this is for comments. This beach. Okay, how about now? Shit. Shit. Okay. Okay, how about now? Okay. Oh, wait. It's because I'm using Streamlabs. That's why. I have one for chat box. I gotta troubleshoot this shit right now. Go to alert box, alert type. Okay, where's... Okay. Alert box. Okay, what about... Okay, where did I see it? Go alert box, alert type. Did that work? I think it did. Okay, I think it did. There we go. Wait. Oh, that's... Son of a bitch. Okay. Is this still doing it? Do you guys still hear it? Okay. 744. Okay. I turned it off. Whew. Okay, I just wasted a lot of time there. Okay. All right, let me set the clock again. Okay. Okay, where is... Oh, let me record. Hang on. Here. Wait, is it still... Son of a bitch. So you guys still hear those alerts? Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys still hear it. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Here. Okay, I think it solved it. Okay. Okay, I think that solved the issue. Or not. I think that solved the issue. Okay. 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 Let's see if I can. I'm gonna stop again. I'm about to stop again. Okay. Okay. Okay, for some reason, Streamlabs tonight. Log out. Okay. Okay, there is some fucking shit right now. Okay, not why this morning? Why? There's still they will still go off. Okay. Son of of a bitch. Okay. Okay, let's do. Okay, so this shit's only gonna work when it's not installed. Let's try something else then. That's not gonna work then. Let's try something else. Can I add a display window to Joy-Cam? Because I'm recording this. That's the. I really don't want to have to stop in the middle of doing this. I really. Where's that coming from? Okay, let me mute those. Let me mute those. Okay. That's all I need to do. Fuck. Okay. That's all I need to do. Brilliant. Well, just wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful. Okay. There you go. It turned it off. It turned off, Morning Daryl. I gotta resign into OBS and all that stuff too.
My nigga.
Morning Daryl. Anyway. Okay. That's out of the way. Okay. Okay. Now we can come back and what is this now? Okay, it's done. Okay, it's turned off. Just probably wasted a bunch of time too. We just wasted a bunch of time right now. Okay, here. Here. Okay, here. Okay. All right. Here. Here. I got live chat enabled. Okay, perfect. Okay. Chat enabled here. Okay. Still muffled when this shit's still muffled as hell though. No, turn that down. Okay. This made my voice still sound muffled though. Okay. All right. Okay, here. Here. Okay, and it's here. Let's okay, we got that. We got that. We got that. I just wonder if I could do a simple workspace. That is not what I was going for. I know what layer we're on. I know what color we're on. I really don't need to know. Have this open so that way you get a lot more room I can share. I don't need to. I know which layer I'm on, so. Here, and now let's brush. Okay, so we got the back side here. Okay, clothing's done. Still got 13 minutes, so clothing's done. Still got 13 minutes. Let's go and do the bike itself. Let's do the bike itself. We'll start with the front. We'll start with the front panels as well. So front panels first. Kick it off with these front panels here. That's here. 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 See, give you guys a better view of what I'm doing right now. And I think by the next 25, we should be on the contact layer. Like this. Here, it should be on the contact layer by then some. Like I said, we should be on the contact layer by then. It'll be fun. This will be fun, like designing the bike and such, though. Too. It'll definitely be fun. Rendering the bike as well. Rendering motorcycle is going to be fun. Okay, here. Come on now. All right, Mike. Okay. There we go. Like I said, this will be my This will be my first speed paint, my first speed painting video in months. That's saying a lot. That's gonna be my first speed paint video I haven't done in months, so nearly half a year. So I want to get back into the habit of doing that now. Oh. Back into that habit. Okay. And bring just some of that warmth to it. I think the sunrise would be perfect. Or sunset. I think it might like it be a sunset though. Let's see. So we are. Here. Here. Ronnie, good morning. Here. Here. Here and here. Here. Okay. So we got that. It's got a good chunk of the bike is done as far as the base shading goes. Like I said, this will likely be a 2 hour joint here. Only could be for 2 hours. I'm not saying that's the first time I drop piece. Definitely that won't be the last time either. But definitely feeling comfortable about this though. Now, just for the background itself. I said by that time we should be. By this time, it should be ready for the rendering. It'll be for the contact layer. We should be ready to start on the contact layer by the next in the next half an hour. Next 25, we should be ready to start on the contact layer. And this one, I'm doing this with a background in mind too, so you guys can't tell that I'm doing this whole thing with a background in mind. So I'm gonna fade that white out so that way it creates a. Okay. Stop. We'll stop. Okay. And I didn't even record. Okay, I didn't even record it. Okay. There we go. There we go. It should be. Trying to go off white for this one. That's how it should look. There we go. That should be right. Okay. So a good deal of grayscale to be done in 25 minutes. So that means that we'll probably need to clean a bit of this up though before we move on to the contact layer, before we move on to the contact shading. Contact shading will probably take a lot more. We'll probably take a full 25-minute session. Number, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Okay. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I think it's going to take a good another 25 minutes just on the contact layer alone, if not a little more, because sunlights and everything. I do need to kind of touch this up a bit once. I do need to touch this up a bit. Okay. Yeah, I do need to touch the shading up a bit. So, softer edges, hard edges where needed. So, let me go ahead and say hi to. Let's go take a beat. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. We should be making some more progress. I'm pushing for Wednesday. I'm gonna push for Wednesday on this one. I'm trying to get this done by Wednesday, and then I can start on. Which that means on the commute to and from work, I'll be well steeped into the rendering process, so I'll be able to get a lot more done. But for the next 25, we do need to clean this up before we really start on the contact layers. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Excellent. It's gonna be the plan. It's gonna be the. It's gonna be the plan. That is going to be the plan. Okay. Thank you guys so much. So we should probably have this done. I think by if I'm lucky today, I might be able to start on actually applying the flat colors. I think if I'm lucky today, I might be able to start in the flat colors. So that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. It's definitely gonna be awesome. So it'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to that though. So and I'm thinking of sunset. I'm thinking a nice sunset or something like that. So we have a bit of work to do. We definitely have a bit of work to do on that front. Okay. Okay, Minecraft has done incredibly well at the box office, hands down. It's schedule one. All is absolutely insane. And the new TXR. I still haven't done the new TXR yet. Okay. With the dragon. This will be interesting. Engine evolving. That's okay. Have fun using references. Okay then. Wait, so it looks like South of Midnight was a flop. Or it just sounds like South of Midnight was a flop. Minecraft was a success though. Yeah, South of Midnight was a flop. Minecraft was a success. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go. I'm waiting for the 5-minute timer to 5-minute timer to wrap it up so we can get to refining. So once the timer is up, get about 20 seconds. What we're gonna do next is the flats. Do next not the flats. I mean, what we're gonna do next is refine the. We're gonna refine this base shading, finish out the background. We're gonna refine this base shading, and then start on the contact shading. I mean, I don't think we'll have time to do the flats today. Hey, unfortunately, I don't think we'll have time to do the flats today. Y'all always gotta make those flat jokes, don't y'all? Y'all always gotta make those flat jokes, don't y'all? Okay. Okay, let me do one second real quick. Just get my photos here. I gotta get my photos up here for referendal purposes. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, next up is refining this base, refining the base shading. So let us begin. Set timer again. And let me hit record. There we go. Boom. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go back into the base layer. I'm going to clean this up first. Let's go clean some of this up first. Clean some of this up first. Here. Okay, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just minimize all my windows like that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Here. Here. Okay. Stop. Okay, there we go. Here. 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 feel like we're making good time, though. It definitely feels like we're making good time. the background and all that good stuff. So it feels like definitely feels like we're making good time. It definitely feels like we're making good time, though. Okay. Here. There you go. There you go. There we go. Here. Okay. Okay, here. And then here should be, once we finish this cactus, we should be ready for the contact shading. Like I said, it's just the focus is just on grayscale. The focus is just grayscale on it. So I'm not gonna put anything else in there. Oh. Good job. I could just take, the focus is just taking your time with this. And I think in the next, like I said, I think the next 25 we can knock out the contact. Next shading. We might have time to start on the flats. It depends on how quick I can get the contact shading done, though. It really does depend on how long the contact shading is gonna take. So, but we might be able to start on getting the flat, laying out the flats today in the next hour or so. Here, okay. So you got that. Okay. 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 So we got that. I think we're ready to start on the contact. Okay, so we're ready to start on the contact layer. Here. Start on the contact layer. Okay. I'm just gonna turn the music up just a little bit. There you go. Hey, Eli. Good morning, Eli. Hope you are doing very, very well. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, excellent. There we go. Do a subtle. Let's do. Okay, we should be ready for the flats. Should be ready for the flats. Should be ready for the contact layer. There's still some areas we need to clean up though. And we can always go back and refine this later. So it's not just doing the gray tones it's not the final, like it's not completely the final. So we can always go back and refine this even during the even when color is applied. We can always go back into the shading layers and we can adjust them for we can always make these adjustments. So it's not... Okay. Okay, so it's not never the end all. Yeah. Never is the end all. But I think a nice sunset for Peach was really good on this. Okay. Do you think, Mac? Do you think, Mac, you got this? Okay. Okay. I think now we can start on the contact layer. So, okay, Midas, good to see you. Okay. Okay, so now we can start on the contact layer. A little tricky though. Like I expected, I think we should have there's enough time to start on the Midas. Start on the not the Midas. Start on the flats. Okay. 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 Now. Okay. Contact. Okay, contact layer now. Okay, this is now the contact layer. Okay, where are we right now? Are on the contact layer. Okay. So let's go ahead to the docker. Let's go a little darker. Okay, let's go a little bit darker and then let's start with okay, then let's go ahead and start with the contact. Okay. Oh, dang. We're gonna start on the contact. There we go. Okay, then. All right. Let me just It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, Closebars is that? Oh, I just noticed that. Okay, so we're gonna have to be very careful when it comes to this then. Okay. All right, I know. I gotta take my 15. I gotta take my 15-minute break. Okay. 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 All right. So we got our work cut out for us. Yeah, work cut out for us. Okay. Okay, 15-minute break. Okay. So, and Mike, it's good to see you. Eli, good to see you. Let me know what you guys think so far. I think for the next, so in our next 25, we should be on. We should get everything up and running for the contact layers here. The contact layer here. I just noticed the close blur. Yeah, I just noticed that. I guess it does that under a vector layer versus. So I'd be very careful, and I can always use the. Okay, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. We will figure that out. We'll figure that out. Okay. Do we have any videos we can watch in the meantime? Let me check. Let me check subscriptions. I do want to. You know what? Let's put up. Let me find a video. We got 8 people watching. You guys smack that like button, make it jiggle. Really appreciate that. I'm gonna turn this. Turn the audio down just a little bit. So that way. Turn the audio down just a little bit. Okay. I don't know if Sean is still in here because I do want his opinion on this one. Where is here we go. Let's start with
it seems like we're in the age of the quiet flop era in gaming, where games just come and go without any fanfare, destroying multiple studios and just leaving the player base questioning when did that game come out and why didn't
the Siege of Dawn? Yeah,
no one even played or even tried to promote it. And I think that's what we're seeing with multiple titles that have just kind of blinked and you missed it, disappeared from the gaming market. I think specifically with Civilization 7, which was kind of hyped up in the past for people that were fans of the Civilization series. Of course, it came out with its own controversies around Harriet Tubman being the general leader within the gameplay itself. That had some questionable motives behind it, but even more so than anything else, gamers just didn't even know it was released. And I think that is the main thing that we're seeing with multiple titles now within the gaming industry.
Yeah,
you blink and you just miss the entire release of a game, and the entire destruction of a studio that only sold 700 copies. I think that is the thing that we're seeing all throughout the gaming industry. These big titles, these heavily invested titles that are coming out with indie gamer numbers, even below some indie titles. And I think that's what we saw with titles that came out this summer. Summer was the year of flop-tastic gaming, where multiple titles came out and failed miserably. And I think most of all, the biggest one of all, I think, was probably Flintlock, that came out and barely anyone noticed this game's release, and barely anyone played it, just scrapping by with over 97 players. I think this is the thing that we're going to see with a new title that is being headlined as a key product from Sweet Baby Inc. I'm talking about South by Midnight, which was a game that was featured in a lot of gaming journalist games to look forward to in 2025, and we're seeing that feature spread all throughout the gaming industry as the astroturfing and promotion of this game is spreading wild. But it looks like it might end up in a similar situation as Civilization. If you don't know anything about Civilization, it already came out, and I told you about the controversy surrounding it. But looking at some of the comparability of previous iterations of the game, it looks like it's a complete failure upon its release. You could just look at Civilization 6 at its peak of over 162,000 players. This is an 8-year-old game that is still peaking around 54,000 players daily. And that is an amazing number for a high quality game made during the era of gaming where people were still producing high quality products. And now we have Civilization 7 just released over a few days ago, I think just over 2 days ago, and it's barely reaching highs of 48,000 daily and has a highest peak of 66,000 players. And this is just unsustainable for a game that is supposed to be a marquee title for a developer. And it's just looking like another flop that just kind of breezed by the gamer and player base. It looks like even the people that played Civilization 6 are not even aware of this game's release. And it just shows that this is the changing of the guard within the gaming industry, where we're seeing so much quiet flop, so much developers tumbling and crashing out because of the lack of interest from the gamer and player base, not realizing the game journalists don't push the narrative in gaming anymore. It's such in a similar way of what we're seeing in the political environment, where developers are outright failing to capture the audience. I think this is the quiet flop era in gaming that we kind of never knew was coming, but as gamers we were hoping for.
It's like a quiet
gamers
flop,
just simply ignore your title and let your title flare.
I think it's like the era of the quiet flop, but I also think that in the same token, we kind of see that with the entertainment industry, with basically the slop, the slop era, if you know what I mean. If you kind of catch my drift, basically, it's like we've gone away from the quote unquote woke kind of like media. Now it's like we're just going into like slop and just very mid stuff that just ultimately becomes forgettable. If you know what I mean, it's just like ultimately becomes forgettable. This is just what I'm seeing.
Fail and fall flat on his face, and that's what we're seeing with multiple titles that have come out this past few years. Specifically, you're just looking at the titles that came out last year in the 2024 flop summer, as I called it. There's such a lack of player engagement with these titles where it just looks.
It's interesting. It's interesting because it's like Forspoken, Shadow Gambit, that studio shut down. Immortals of Avium, that game, I think that studio shut down too. Sushi Squad, you know, Sweet Baby Inc. is barely hanging on by a thread. Kazura Zhao had to undergo massive layoffs. Saints Row studio shut down. Concord studio shut down. One of the biggest flops of all time. And Flintlock, layoffs, and that was a mess. It's a slop. It's just stronger slop going on. And I agree with Power. It's like stronger slop going on, you know?
Like these are indie games.
It's kind of funny looking back. And of course, Forspoken, which was which that caused the entire studio shut down. Black Girl Gamers are working on that one. It's just that a lot of this was, you know, either, you know, SBI influenced or just very identity politics driven design that really kind of dropped the ball on it, though. You know, it's interesting seeing this list of titles, and I know there's more than that, but yeah, it's very interesting seeing this one.
Actuality, these are games that were costing over $200 million. Just look at Kill the Justice League. It wasn't a quiet flop. It was a very blatant and obvious flop, but it has quiet flop numbers. And I think what is considered a real quiet flop is probably the Sweet Baby Inc. products. And you can just look at games like Flintlock, barely having 541 players on Steam. This is a title they spent like $50-60 million on. You see the similar thing with Zao, another Sweet Baby Inc. game, barely crossed over 232 players. Another one, Immortals of Avium. That is a over $150 million title that they spent a lot of money. A AAA game that destroyed the studio. Has basically over 482 players playing that on stream. You can just go on and on with these failed titles that just quietly disappeared from the gaming audience's attention. And I think this is the ideal situation for gamers, where gamers were voicing their complaints about the current gaming environment, where a lot of titles are coming out without focusing on producing content that is just viable to the gamer and player base. And I think that's what we saw with titles like Flintlock, with titles like Zao, with titles like Forspoken and Kill the Justice League that just flat out ignored the fan base. And ultimately, you saw it culminating in bigger flops like Concord. And this kind of stretched out to little games like Dustborn as well, where they spend millions of dollars on these products and these titles just simply disappear. And I think what I call a quiet flop is those heavily invested products and video game properties that they put over at least $50-60 million. That's a game that you need successful interaction with the gamer player base, and these things just disappear without notice. Of course, Kill the Justice League is not in that quiet flop area, but I definitely think Dustborn and Concord are definitely in those areas of interest. Of course, us, the people that are glued to gaming news, know Concord is a massive failure. We know Dustborn is a massive failure, but a lot of people in the gaming audience just simply ignore these games because these games just weren't interesting. The trailers weren't interesting, so they just simply went on to the next game. And this is the quietness of this flop era, where people are just noticing the trend and patterns of terrible games right now. And I think this goes down to how Sweet Baby Inc. develops games and how they have a cookie cutter way of producing content with the same cringe-like dialogue, with the same diversity elements that they try to force into there, the same ugly looking characters. It just looks very similar, all Sweet Baby Inc. games. I think that is the thing that the gamer and player base are noticing right now, where they're saying, okay, this is probably in line with all those other terrible failures like Saints Row, like Star Wars Outlaws, like Dustborn. I'm just going to ignore this game. And I think that's the thing that's hitting right now. Gamers are just ignoring these games. They're coming out like a fart in the wind and disappearing right after, just leaving a stinky mess for the game players to sniff around and wonder what is that smell? What is that bad
Yeah.
game? And I think that's what we're seeing right now in the gaming industry. We're in the quiet flop era where games are just flopping out of existence, taking down studios along with them. And I think South by Midnight is probably that next big game that is going to flop. Not a big game, but it's the next game that they're betting tens of millions of dollars on. And I think that is the thing that we're seeing right now.
So, like,
Gamers
I think
are already
going back,
noticing the pattern with
like I
this
said,
game.
I'm like looking back and I'm still have very mixed opinions on the art style of South of Midnight. Like there are some elements I like, but there are some elements I'm just like, why did you make that decision though?
The
You know what I mean?
developers are doing the similar things that we saw with Concord and Dustborn, where it is becoming slightly politicized. You just look at the roots of this game. This is a game that was based on bringing in DEI and diversity elements into the game by race swapping out the character as Sweet Baby Inc. took helm of this game as a consultant and advisor. And I think that's the thing gamers already noticing with this game, where it's going in the direction that of Dustborn and Concord have gone, where it's become something of a political activist messaging tool.
I don't know.
When you notice the complete obliteration and change of the character, you hear developers saying that they changed the entirety of the content of the game to be in line with the new consultancy firms that have been added to this project. It just makes you aware, like, okay, this is a game that is being made to be a messaging tool, nothing more, nothing less. And the gamers that are not even aware of that will just take one look at this game and realize that's the case, because most of the games that have been focused on DEI elements have been terrible. And I think that is the bad part of forceful DEI, where you can have diversity, but that diversity has to be quality. It has to be something gamers actually like playing. And I think we've been seeing so much terrible DEI, Sweet Baby Inc. oriented games that just anything related with that concept now is seen as terrible. Anything with a black female lead now is associated with a terrible game, because so much terrible games with black female leads have come out. And I think that is the critical failure of DEI in gaming right now, where you make so much terrible games because you hire based on those practices. So you're forcing the low quality developers to create a low quality game with low quality characters associated with these diversity elements. So anything related to diversity is seen as low quality now, because you produce trash content with that narrative design. And I think that's unfortunate for this game, because this game might be able to be an actual good game, but people are not going to give it the chance it deserves if they did actually bring in quality developers to produce something that's good. And I think that's the unfortunate turn of events.
I think, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm probably much more fair to South Midnight than other SBI involved titles, because I think just on premise and idea alone, I think South of Midnight had probably, out of all those SBI like influenced or involved titles, South of Midnight to me probably has the most potential to be
in the gaming industry today, where good games that
basing it on Southern folklore mythology is a great idea. It's definitely something worth exploring. Yeah, it's just, I think with execution wise, I think they just kind of dropped the ball a bit, you know, and it just resulted to a middling action platformer where you wonder, was it, you know, Kim Belair's kind of influence that made it mid, that just kind of put a limiter on it, you know? But it's like holding it back from being something very interesting and stand out-ish, you know? I'm just wondering. I always
maybe deserve a chance, are just not going to get that chance because of the failures of the past. And that's why we have to focus on making good games before trying to focus on diversity elements, or we're going to be stuck in this quiet flop era for a very long time. That's just my 2 cents on the situation. Maybe you disagree with me. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Wagner Knows Why.
I think that was probably a mistake for them going with the stop motion direction. We just kept it with smooth animations the whole time. So just something to think about. Yeah, it's just something to think about. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get back into it, shall we? Oh, did I? Oh, snap. I just turned off the music. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and set the clock back. Let me go ahead and set the music back. And I think we got enough for about 2 more. I would say about 2 more 25-minute session. So let's go ahead and hit play.
I don't know how or how you do it. You blow my mind without a word. Ooh, stuck
Okay,
upside
so we
down.
should be ready to
I
go.
might be dreaming. There's no way back now.
Okay, set 25 minutes. Let's go. 15-minute break is over. Let us begin.
Come on and show me what you got. 'Cause I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
If you guys feel it, it's just the approach, yeah, and it's like, of course, having a just an out and out racist as the community manager. And it just, I think this was, and I do think that Stuff Midnight, I think that, yeah, it is an example of a quiet flop. Just crazy, man. And I do wonder if SBI's influence was holding it back. And I think it's like, if you put these, you put these consultancy firms up here, does that really enhance the game? Or does it really hold it back? Does it really hold back the creativity? Allowing it to, it has to have, when the focus is on sensibility and such like that, We kind of said the same thing, because we were kind of saying the same thing yesterday on Makini Live when we were bringing up the article about, Yoko Taro saying that they were focused on not trying to appeal to the Western audience when Nier Automata was made, and Nier Automata became a cultural icon as a result of that, It makes you think. It does make you think. And I think it's a shame, though. So I think we should be able to finish the contact layer, and probably not during this 25-minute session, then definitely the next one. So like I said, we're just adding contact shading. It's something to think about. It is definitely something to ponder, though. If it's like, like having these consulting firms, has it been more holding them back than, holding them back? Because it's like there is clearly potential with some of the titles, though. Even with some of the titles, like I mentioned with South Midnight, look, there clearly is potential with some of these, SBI focused titles and stuff like that. It's just, it does make me wonder if it was better off for them to, maybe better off for the studios to make the game they wanted to make that without having to resort to a consultancy firm for like sensitivity and such like that. So I always wonder about that, though. That might be a good topic for a video. I wonder. It's kind of like a look back, a look back. It kind of like. Was the consultancy firm SBI, Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. way, we for those who are just joining in, we are drawing Peach from a game that covers racism versus a game that's about racism. Yeah, Sean, that's the thing. No, we were watching a video from Wagner, knows why, and that was it made up a good point on that. We're in this period of the quiet flop. Wagner makes a good point where, like, we're in this period of the quiet flop, and I think with South of Midnight not doing as hot, it's kind of signaled that it's like games who are, because they brought up games that I completely forgot existed, such as Tales of Kinzera the Pirates game, Shadow's Gambit, and even I completely forgot. Like, it's kind of funny how I still remember the disaster that was Unknown 9 Awakening, but I completely forgot about Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. I completely forgot. It's kind of funny. Like, I forgot that game existed. It's kind of funny, but a lot of the stuff is like so bad becomes so bad. It's like so bad you remember it. Other stuff is just very forgettable kind of bad. It's a very forgettable, like, it just quietly fades into the night, like, it's terrible. It's full of, it was identity politics driven. It was activism driven. And yet it didn't make a splash at all. Like, it flopped and then just disappeared, Yeah, studios will shut down. Yeah, like, of course, the likely the studio behind it will shut down. Yeah, the studio behind it does shut down due to poor sales or poor reception, stuff like that. But that's just barely mentioned, though. It's not really mentioned as much. So I think that we're in this period of, like, so I do kind of agree. We are kind of in this period of the quiet flop now. And I think that's also the same way that we see with the entertainment industry right now. We're in the era of the slop. We're in that era, I just been feeling a lot more games like, the South of Midnight, a lot of the more the future indie titles like the South of Midnight, stuff like that, stuff that kind of raise a red flag when it comes to the, identity politics mixedness, or where it uses or heavily uses identity politics stuff. A lot of that is probably just going to be flop. It's going to be slop. It's going to be slop, yes, but it's also going to be flop. It's going to be quietly, it's going to flop, and it's just going to be quietly forgotten about. People are going to forget about them. And I think of this, you say that with a lot of the you have those titles like this, the Flintlocks, the Unknown Nines, which are terrible, yes, but they haven't made a splash at all. They're completely just forgotten about. I think, and not by like you or me, but I think for a vast majority of the public are going to forget about those titles, man. Yeah, well, yeah, the Devil May Cry Netflix show was definitely not a quiet flop. That was, by all counts, a very loud and just like another thing, a very loud disaster, really. And we'll get into for our last break. What I'm gonna do for you, Sean, is we're gonna play V's video. We're gonna play V's video after this 25-minute break, okay? So because V has some things to say about our favorite, my favorite Romanian, Romanian troll has a lot to say about the Devil May Cry Netflix show. But in the meantime, let's focus on getting these contact layers done. And what I'm doing is I'm doing this by skin tone first. I'm doing skin tone first, and then we'll move on to hair, and then all that good stuff. Okay? Yeah, skin tone first. You could probably go a much harder brush too. Like I said, our favorite Romanian troll. He's got a lot to say about Devil May Cry. Hey, son, he was about as mad as you and Dante were yesterday on Makini Live. He was as pissed as you and Dante was on Makini Live. Y'all were fire. Sean, I'll be honest with you. I ain't never seen that much. You've been on Makini Live so many times. I ain't never seen you that fired up. You and Dante that fired up. I never see you. I'm getting more mad. I'm like, damn, bro, you two are becoming Dante and Virgil real quickly right now. You two are becoming Dante. No, well, just stay tuned, man. We're gonna play the video. So we're gonna play the video. Don't worry. Just stay tuned. We're gonna, because you ain't the only one fired up about it. If you guys not miss Makini Live, that was a hell of a show, though. Makini Live yesterday was a hell of a show. Thank you to Sean, Dante, Rye Kitty, and even Mama Bear for the time she had to stop by. That was a lot of fun. Of course, big thanks to Rye Kitty for being a substituting for Mama Bear yesterday. Not letting me completely do this on my own. It was the Emma Frost stuff that got Mama Bear tuned in. But also big thank you to Mr. Bug as well. Mr. Bug for showing up. So y'all. I was just like with Emma Frost. I let Mama Bear take over on that one. Took over on that one. She went out all hands. He went all in on it. Mama Bear took off on that one. I knew how fired up these two were with the Devil May Cry show, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let Sean, Dante, and Mr. Bug have the floor on that one. Go ahead. So let me just say this: is it better or worse than the 2013 DMC reboot? Do you feel like the DMC reboot was much better representative of the franchise than in this Netflix show? Because that was even people who were like, watch the original DMC anime instead. That one's much better. And it's like, yeah, exactly. It was just like, I'm wondering about you two. I'm like, did the DMC is the DMC reboot from 2013? Is that a better product, or is that still? I'm very curious about that, Sean. Which is worse? Which did a bigger disturbance to Devil May Cry? The reboot is equal. It's still on same wavelength. This ain't no lesser of two evils, is what Sean's saying. He hates both of them with an equal amount of passion. I think I saw a Twitter post over the weekend. Talking about how bad the Netflix show was. I think somebody said maybe we were a little too harsh on the DMC reboot. And I'm like, no, that was as an action game in its own, the DMC reboot is fine. But as a Devil May Cry game, hell no. It is trash. It was not a Devil May Cry game. It was kind of much crazy. Oh man, yeah, that back in the day. It's cozy. It's like cozy here. Yeah. So even by action game standards, I think it was the Hero Hate video that kind of set Mama Bear off to get on to go on stream, because I think she was like, "Yeah, this is that Reddit post about Emma." Ooh, yesterday was fun. Thank y'all so much. That was a fun show yesterday. We cut up yesterday, man. If you guys did not watch yesterday's Makini Live, well, please watch that. I thought it was just going to be me and Raiki today, but no, we had a full house. We had a full house. Once again, you guys just making it happen. You know, you guys really are making this happen. Birds are broken and nothing else, exactly. Sean, the storm that is approaching. Oh my god, that was a hell of a show yesterday. Mr. Bucket, wait, Sean said, if I did change the topic, we would have kept on. Yeah. If we did change the topic, we would have kept on. Yeah. That's why I said I let y'all have it. I was like, no. They got some pent up. I could tell that you and Dante, y'all had some pent up anger. Y'all about to unleash the devil trigger. Devil trigger. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay back. You guys can have it. Nope, go. I mean, I want to be fair to both you. I want to be fair to you guys, though. You should probably expect this from Netflix, though. Like, keep in mind, people were throwing a hit. People were not happy with the changes they made to the second season of Castlevania, if you guys remember. All right. So yeah, Netflix definitely is a very, when it comes to adaptations, especially cartoon adaptations, it is very much very much more misses than hits. So I just want to remind y'all of that. So Chaos Toy, still mad though. You know, just for you. You know, just for you. Hang on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay, let's do this we'll do this for Sean right now. We'll do this for Sean. Like I said, you ain't the only one who was mad, my brother. Brother, you was not the only one who was mad. I'm gonna tell you right now. The next person, I know I still have 4 minutes on the clock. I just wanted to pause this real quick so that way Sean can listen to the angry our lovely Romanian troll talk this. So hold on. So this was here we go.
Now, Devil May Cry is a prestigious IP. It's got a lot of fans, it's got a lot of lore, and of course, it's got a lot of leeway for any creator to be able to make amazing stories based around it. And so normally, people would be ecstatic if 10 years ago, let's say, a company would announce that they're going to release a TV show based on Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Unfortunately, however, today we know that Netflix is going to make Devil May Cry. And, I always thought about it. And the way I can describe it better on why people are upset is that if you have a chef and you give that chef some ingredients, he's going to make a wonderful dish out of it. Like, he's going to make not just food, but a memorable experience, which is pretty much what an IP like Devil May Cry would deserve, right? Like, you give the ingredients to a writer, and they shouldn't just create a show, they should create an experience. Unfortunately, Netflix is definitely not the chef. Netflix is the Burger King. They're the fast food of the entertainment industry. And regardless which Burger King you choose, you know what's going to be inside. You're going to get a soggy burger and some oily fries, and you're definitely not going to get an experience. Because Burger King does not innovate. Burger King does not create. It just has the recipes. So it doesn't really matter what you're bringing there. Like, it doesn't matter what ingredients you're bringing to Burger King. You can bring the best ingredients on earth. You're still going to get the soggy burger, and you're still going to get the oily French fries, because that's what Burger King does. It standardizes, it sanitizes, it doesn't create food, it creates a product. It's an industry that shits out the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we have Netflix, well, we know what we're going to get. We're going to get women that look like men with wigs. We're going to get race swapping. And we're going to get the ideology, right? And the ideology is social justice. Like, nothing can be created without social justice. America evil, demons are good. That's pretty much what we're going to get. Now, you can see that back in the day, people predicted this. Like, people predict this back in the day, right? Netflix gets their hands on Devil May Cry. Right away, they start going, what if the demons were misunderstood? What if the demons were people like us? So like, this guy must be Nostradamus. Like, this guy probably should be hunted down by foreign governments in order to find out where he is, so maybe he can predict the stock market, maybe he can predict other things. It's like, there's no way you can predict what a group of people are going to be writing, right? Well, like, there was no evidence at the time that this is what they're going to go with. Like, there was no way of him knowing. But alas, we now have the trailer, and we can see that this guy was accurate at predicting the future. So apparently in Netflix Devil May Cry, America is invading hell. So you can have America represented by this guy in a suit. with the warplanes behind them, and they're firing their missiles, and they're going through this portal, and they arrive Hell, and of course, like the people from Hell, they look like Middle Eastern individuals, right? Running around with little children, with their hellish, diabolical children, as the evil American empire, those grotesque monsters from the United States, probably under Donald Trump, right, is coming to destroy their hellish landscape. And so, you know, like, this isn't even about getting offended or anything, because I'm not even an American, right? Like if you want to make this, that's fine. But, like, why does every single fucking show need to have these every single fucking themes? Like, seriously, when can we start asking what is wrong with the people that are working at Netflix? Like, have they lost their human spark of creativity? Are they absolutely incapable of making anything else? Are they like robots or machines? Well, unfortunately, we already know they're not, because ChatGPT can actually make more interesting stories. Again, like, I'm not offended about the theme. It's like, okay, America is attacking Hell. Fine. But I've seen this a 1,000 times before. Like, literally every single thing that Netflix shits out has a similar theme of social justice. America bad, America bully, America evil. Demons are actually good, you guys. The demons are actually really nice. There's no evil in the world. The only evil we have is in our hearts. Well, the American hearts. Because if you live outside in America, if you live in the Middle East, you're good. Right? Like, the writers like you. And so it becomes boring. It becomes stale.
It does
becomes
become boring.
Fucking cringe. And it begs the question, when will they stop? When will they actually start creating entertainment again? And if you look at Netflix, like, most of the good entertainment is foreign. Squid Games, the platform. Like, everything that comes out is non-American. That's worth watching, right? Sweet Home. Like, all these things are interesting, not because they're good, because if they would have come out in like 2016, people would find them meh. But now they have created so much garbage in Western entertainment that the only thing that sells is either like some tits, right? Like, you got an Asian gacha game with some tits, and people gravitate towards that because there's literally nothing else. Or you have just like a story that's not about America evil. White man, bad, white man, bad, white man. Like, people would rather watch a Korean film where there's no white people in it. At least the message is not, oh, white man, bad, white man. You know, like, it's not even the fact that I wouldn't be able to watch a movie about white man bad, but like, I've seen so many of them. It's super saturated. It's every fucking where. Like, what man, bad, attacking demons, bad, invading hell, colonizing, bad, colonialism, bad. And the only reason they're doing it is so that when people like me go out, and like, dude, we're sick of these themes. So you think colonialism good? You think no? Listen, you fucktard. Okay, just because I don't think colonialism good doesn't mean that my entire fucking entertainment from A to Z needs to constantly remind me that colonism bad. Can we fucking move on? No one is colonizing anyone anymore. Hell isn't real. All right, we're not sending people to colonize hell. Like, can we just have a fucking story where hell is evil and they're trying to colonize us and we're fighting back? Can we have that? Like, that could also be a story about colonizing bad. Okay, no, we can't have it. Why not? Why must we suffer the same story time and time again? Colonism bad. And it's only bad when America does it, right? Like, if the Ottoman Empire does it, then we don't talk about it. And so it's just like a disappointment, you know, because I'm craving for some good entertainment. I'm craving for something that used to be like when I was growing up, like the 2016 era entertainment shit. You know, why can't I fly in a spaceship with my fucking waifus like I did in Mass Effect? Why can't I have that again? Why must there be like some chucklehead that would complain on how that would be problematic, dangerous? Like, why can't those people just shut the fuck up, you know? Because those people are getting jobs at Netflix, and look what they're doing. Look what the fuck are they doing? Demons good, hell good, America bad. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.
Sean, do you feel a little better now? Free Range triggers them a lot. Oh God, Free Range did trigger them a lot. Free Range's portrayal of demons was pretty scary. Perfect predators to exploit human morale. Meanwhile, some winners, no, you can't treat their entire species the same. I think Free Range had the right idea to tell them the demons are that was probably the most base thing I've seen. That was Free Range telling that demons are the game in themselves. Oh. Netflix head of entertainment could be replaced by AI and nobody would know the difference. I think it already the quality of improvement would be obvious. If it was replaced by AI, I think the hike in quality, I think it would be a bigger improvement in quality. I agree. Somehow it would be better. Yeah, I totally agree here. They're literal monsters. When they're too busy killing each other, they can see humans with the blood that makes them stronger. So say they're just like us, like the victims here is massive. Saying it's like the same thing with trolls in what was it, season 2 of Rings of Power. They were trying to make the trolls like all like relatable. Trying to make the trolls like refugees. They're trying to make like the trolls in Lord of the Rings as refugees or some kind of shit like that. I remember that. I was like, oh no, not Tolkien's not on Tolkien's dead body, okay? Oh my god. What's happened second? The moment that he said repeat the wall and refugees, I just rolled my eyes. Lady's character was horrible. Not only did she snap back her programming 3 times and betrayed Dante despite saving her 3 times. He was even aware of that in the show. Damn. God. Well, there you go. Listen, you're not alone. Let's put it that way. Sean, you're not alone. So I admit that I am in that. Woo. Woo. I just want to check out Asmongold real quick, and then we're going back into it. So I just want to check in on Asmongold real quick. I just want to see the background. They're not. We're just gonna finish up Snow White being a colossal failure. I agree. Same thing. It's not like this. What did he say? Okay, never mind that. Okay. Change the march on the wild Hollywood that. Okay. And politics, stuff like that. But Pokemon Gaming, the biggest announcement of the year. Yeah, biggest announcement of the year. We're gonna get me at the stand. Okay. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know who also replied? Okay, Alright, we're done. Whew! That was funny. Alright, let's get back into it. Alright. I don't know where you're going. I'll take that one later. Okay, I will take that one later. Okay. Okay. Next. Forward to that, by the way. Okay. Okay then. This is important. Oh, Chibi reviews. Okay. Okay. Smash JT's panel. All right. Yeah, and I know that there seems to be some Johnny Somali influencers, like someone who was a social media influencer was effing around in the Philippines, and now they're going to jail for it. So was trying to do the same thing with Somali, Japan, doing it in the Philippines, and I was like, oh no. I'm like, I ain't going into that one because let's be honest here. My coworkers are Filipino, so yeah, that's gonna set them off real quick when it comes to that kind of shit. They don't play. They do not play. Philippines do not play with that shit too. Mentality, yeah. Listen, I'm saying this because most of my coworkers are Filipino, so I can. So we don't. They do not play when it comes to that kid. They do not play when it comes to that. So anyway, we got 18 more minutes. Let's go ahead and no one more count. We'll just finish. We'll just wrap this up. So, all right. Oh man, what a show. We got a good amount of contact. I think let's see if we can finish up the rest of this contact shading, and then we can wrap it up. That'll be our stopping point. Okay. Okay, there we go. Where is my music? Oh, my music disappeared. My music disappeared again. My bad. Let me switch back up to the music again. Hang on. Hold on. My girl's part Filipina. I'll tell her about it. Oh, snap. Bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Damn it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go finish up this. Let's see if we can finish up the last of the contact shading before we set off for the day. Okay. Before I'm thinking, liking how it's turned around. Although I was just trying to do this with the director. There we go. Thank y'all so much, guys. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Yeah. That does need to be sharper though. Here, yes, and by the way, those who are joining in, I just had to open up my sound settings so I could turn off those alert notifications whenever a comment pops in. So sorry about that earlier today, guys. Apologies for earlier. So we got about 14 minutes. Let's see how far we can get. And Numbers, thank you for subscribing. But I still want to try to get to 4K this month. But we definitely got to start making videos again. Let's see topics to cover. As I'm kind of thinking about it, I was like, Sean. After thinking about it, I'm starting to really think my first video back should be the Horikoshi stuff we talked about. Honestly, about how the artist or the creator of My Hero Academia getting on flack for that drawing of Mirko, and it's like this happens every single time, and it's like, okay, I think maybe it's time for me to talk about that too. And you guys already know my stance on this. I think it is. I'm pretty much right in the same right in that same vein as you are, Sean, in that like not propping up propping up original black characters, but also just like this whole mindset of just because a character is very tan skin and stuff like that, they're not black. It's not black by default, And I've drawn Mirko before too. Apparently, My Hero spinoff. Oh, there's a spinoff. Oh, that's right. There is a spinoff to the MHA. I'm doing the hair first, guys, and then we're gonna move on. And then we'll move on to the next one. Meantime, let me know what you guys think. Just think of Peach so far. Peach so far. We got about 10 more minutes left. And I'll put some more Cyberpunk posts this week. So I got that back this week. Set this week. If you guys wasn't Space One, what was that? No, I know what Space Buns was. No, but there was another similar situation. I don't know if that was the same one. I don't know if that was the same one that might be the same one that Rev was talking about. I think that Rev was making that post. I think that was the same one. Bringing up Space Buns, bringing that whole Space Buns thing. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, we're gatekeeping, hairstyles basically. We're gatekeeping. I think I'm gonna remember these. I'm gonna remember using that term. What was it? Hood. What was it? Not hood otakus. Hood weebs. There you go. Hood weebs. I'm gonna remember that term from now on. Oh my god. Yeah, so what do you want? I ain't got no bet. Remember that term, hood weave. Different cultures. That's right, hood weaves. That's the name of the term. I'm sorry. Oh man, oh good. Oh my god. John laughed when everybody was like, "What the hell is a hood weave?" Shut up, man. I want to look and see if there's something on YouTube about hood weaves, man. No, I'm very interested. What? Let me look at the. Hang on a second.
If you've been on the anime space in any meaningful way within the recent last 6 months, it feels as if there's been a new revolution. A new idea has begun to spread. And I've seen this term used a lot in primarily cultural debates in the current ongoing anime culture war. And I'm here to answer the question, what exactly is a hood weeb? Now, after doing extensive, large amounts of arduous, Herculean research, I feel as if I have come to the most definitive, articulate, expansive, and expressive understanding of this incredibly rich term. A hood weeb is commonly referred to by several media outlets. Primarily, we are going to use the one defined by Urban Dictionary, a site that only the truest of weebs know what it is. A hood weeb, a term originally used as a self-deprecation for anime fans from the literal hood, quickly appropriated by typically right-leaning, terminally online, 4chan adjacent anime fans due to anime YouTuber Chibi reviews being doxxed, and some people not sharing sympathy for his situation, causing the terminally online individuals to believe the same hood individuals who are somehow not intelligent enough to consume anime critically are also simultaneously responsible for hacking into Chibi's credentials. Prior to the pandemic boom, anime was seen in a negative light.
By the way, I'm subscribed to Chibi Reviews, by the way. Good channel, by the way. I think Chibi Reviews is a good channel. I'm just saying, how is it that somehow it comes back to Chibi Reviews somehow? I'm like, man, leave this man. I'm just like, leave this man alone, okay? Leave this brother alone, man. I'm just saying.
Associated with cringe comps and bullying. Post-pandemic, however, their hobbies of consuming lolly material, waifu culture in Japan, xenocentrism was suddenly exposed by younger and/or less online demographics. The online fans redirected all of their hate to arguably the largest vocal demographic against their people. Black teens who explicitly watch shonen, previously referred to as shonen tards. In the 2000s, shonen tards are essentially hood weebs.
Shonen tards, what?
Just without the radically charged implication. Now, with that in mind, you have grown to understand what exactly the term is for a hood weeb. But now, I feel as if we need to talk about the hood weeb demographic issue that is currently impacting the anime community. Now, If you've been a longtime viewer of notable, famous anime, the greatest anime to ever walk this earth, Fioren's Beyond Journey's End. Crunchyroll, 11 months ago, posted a clip saying Fioren's or Fioren Beyond Journey's End, and in the clip showcasing Fioren showing all of her magical powers. And primarily, you see this from a Fioren fan account making the very iconic and inciting incident. I hate hood weeb lingo. 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 I hate hood weeb lingo.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna put a full link to.
With this in mind, we can
channel.
begin to understand and articulate
Video,
the impact
check it out.
that the hood weebs have had on the community. Scrolling the replies, Fioren's apprentice later doubled down on the comments saying, hood weeb fragility and perpetual victim mindset for people who haven't watched Fioren, and the quote retweets, Fioren was right. We get to see demons pretending they don't understand the context of or to deceive human beings, showing this very, very interesting panel from the anime saying that to them, words are a mean to deceive humanity. Now, I have horrible news to this demographic. Horrible and quite damaging words that I must share with this community. If you go onto the Google internet and type in A-U-R-A, the term or shows up. But we need to go deeper. We need to go further down. We need to type in definition of or. And finally, we need to use the most unwoke, free from any DEI practice and DEI hire. We must use the only true source, Webster Dictionary. And looking on the Webster Dictionary, we see that the term or its first definition is a distinctive atmosphere surrounding a given source. And the other relevant information is 3 and 4, an energy field that is held to emanate from a living being, and 4, a luminous radiation. Now, if we look at the clip itself, if we witness this very iconic clip, now if we can see, this is in fact the dreaded hood weeb term. This is in fact or. But we need to look through the replies. Cope. Fioren isn't real. Womp womp womp. I hate racist Fioren fans, and I love the show. Crunchyroll was like this. Localizers. Okay, but isn't her whole thing flawlessly and meticulously controlling her literal or? Well, actually, it's her mana. Even though in the clip we just saw, the clip we just witnessed, that it was a physical or that manifested around her. These hood weebs have taken Crunchyroll. No! But you don't felt that Fioren, it was so stuck that killed off Fioren Epstein particles, skibbity Fioren mugs, Epstein or with little bro Fern and Zendaya coated from Hawk to a Diddy blood lunger. Cinematic writing as per usual, Fioren's apprentice. What is the lingo here? Or is a word that's been in the anime since this is wrong. This is incorrect. I'm so sick and tired of these casuals coming into our spaces, coming in and completely taking it, attempting to colonize the anime and otaku community. I can't stand it anymore. All these, no. I I can't use that word. All of these black people coming into our community. They're taking everything away from us. What the fuck is hoodweeb lingo? Since hoodweeb is pretty much their N-word. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Hoodweeb means something much more than that. Hoodweeb is these silly, lower, socioeconomical, lower class citizens coming into our space, our kingdom, our Wakanda of sorts.
Wakanda.
And they're ruining everything. They're ruining everything. No, but listen, we need to fight back. Hear me, hear my yell, anime community. I am very devoted to making sure that we can stand the test of time. And together, if we band together and all collectively go to Chibi Reviews YouTube channel. Now, guys, if we all collectively go to Chibi Reviews, give Sengo shine brightly, we can donate and we can help Chibi Reviews fight the good fight. We can help Chibi Reviews, our Lord, our Savior, descend divine supreme justice across all of these hoodweebs who have taken and ransacked, belittled, and berated all of us. We collectively can band together and we can get these disgusting black creatures off of our platform. I'm gonna put a link in the description. and together we are going to be able to help combat the hoodweeb mind virus. Thank you.
I feel like they didn't explain.
This video fucking sucks.
Like they didn't explain anything. So let's.
Oh boy, another day, another rant. Oh, fuck, man. So if you are not actively involved within the anime community, there is a term that's being slung around recently called the hoodweeb. And now you yourself would be thinking, well, Daffy, what's a hoodweeb? Actually, if we look on Urban Dictionary, there are two distinct definitions for hoodweeb. We're going to take a look at both of them. Number one, hoodweeb. Weebs from the hood or a bad neighborhood who watches anime. Usually they have the same taste in anime. This is usually shonen anime. It may include Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, etc. Enjoyment of manga may vary based on the person. Hoodweeb. Quote, no cap, that new episode of Demon Slayer was clean. Weeb. Damn, I have to watch that after school then. That is the second definition of a hoodweeb. Hoodweeb, a term originally used as a self-description for anime fans from the literal hood, quickly appropriated by typically right-leaning, terminally online 4chan adjacent anime fans due to anime YouTuber Chibi Reviews being doxxed and some people not showing sympathy for a situation, causing the terminally online individuals to believe the same hood individuals who are somehow not intelligent enough to consume anime critically are also simultaneously responsible for hacking into Chibi's credentials. Now, mind you, this video is not for me to slander Chibi Reviews or anything like that, but I just wanted you to just get a look at these two definitions of what I'm talking about here. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. As far as this term goes, a lot of you might think it's just a whole lot of nothing, but this shit is most definitely a racist dog whistle. So if you don't want to hear me talk about like socio-political stuff, click off this video. It's not going to be for you. But it's definitely that has been brought to my attention by a couple of people, and I figured I might as well talk about it. Now, as far as black people go within the space of anime and manga, if you were to look at how black content creators were moving 15 to 16 years ago, and mostly everybody, I mean, people were pretty secretive about anime and their enjoyment of it. I mean, when I was in high school, anime was seen as lame, and it was kind of starting to become in popularity with things such as Attack on Titan, but overwhelming majority of people were into sports and most popular shows like Game of Thrones and things of that nature. Anime was still a very niche thing. But as time went on, and even within the past 5 years or so, anime is very, very, very much so mainstream, which is great. It's fantastic. I love finding new animes to enjoy and talk about with you guys. But if someone ever throws the term hoodweeb at you, it's 100% a racist dog whistle. And what is the term dog whistle, you may ask? Well, let's go ahead and read the definition by Merriam-Webster. Dog whistle definition. in terms of politics, an expression or statement that has a secondary meaning intended to be understood only by a group of particular people. If someone's calling you a hood weeb, they're trying to call you a without getting banned. An example of a dog whistle is things like states' rights. The phrase states' rights literally referring to powers of individual state government.
But if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the chat, so if you guys want to check that out, you can go further into it. I find that interesting, that term. I was like, huh. So, yeah. Anyway, it is time to wrap it up. I gotta get out of here, get ready for work, of course. Thanks for making my morning entertaining, you guys. You guys made my morning entertaining as well. Get that all from all of y'all. Absolutely the bee's knees, I'll say. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Gotta let people watching, guys. If y'all can't do me a favor, smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. 20 likes. To the end. Get 25. Let's get 25. Good show today. Good show. And I will be. We got pretty far in the contact shading, so I will be doing more. I'll see if I can try to finish out the rest of the contact shading today and start on the flats on this lovely peach drawing. I've set my lighting to like a morning sunset, like behind her. Have some. We could probably put some really good glows in here as well. Anyway, subscribe to Make It Jiggle as well. Thank you to all my channel members, all that good stuff, and thank you, of course, for watching. I'm Makini, 90 Arts German illustrator, and this has been Makini in the morning. Until next time, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love. Never apologize for wanting attractive women in your media, especially in your video games. Stay tuned to Community tab, guys. Keep an eye on the Community tab. I'll be posting regularly all this week. So, and above all else, never stop drawing. Makini in the morning will return on Friday for the end of the week. We're gonna try something. We're gonna try a new format out. Love you guys' feedback on this one. Really appreciate that. That should be much further. No, it should be much longer. I love y'all. Peace.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah! Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the morning and getting your morning started off on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for as low as $1 a month. You want to support Makini further, and if you want to see more content from Makini and help him reach his 6K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. He would really, really appreciate it. I am Marisa Tali, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the morning. Mwah!
Love me,
Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. You guys love waking up with us here on Makini in the Morning, but if you would like to actually be in the live taping of Makini in the Morning, all you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free for free tickets. We would love to see you here in the audience for our next Makini in the Morning live show. Makini in the Morning is produced by Souvenir Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Enlisa Lockhart Television and Makara Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.